Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is good, chat? What is good, Rumboyz Nation? Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboys and girls. What it do? New studio. This all like you guys are gonna witness this develop over the course of the next couple of episodes. All right, you are slowly going to see a massive production take place behind me, okay? Like, new studio is fucking popping. We'll have to have like a whole YouTube video tour once like I have everything set up. I'll have to get a PO box set up so that you guys can send me artwork and send me, sports memorabilia and shit like that. Because together, as a community, together as a YouTube channel, we're going to turn this bitch into the greatest studio ever, into the most lit thing. Enough of that. Enough of all that talk. We do have a show that we got to get into. I do want to give a big shout out to our sponsors over at GLD. Shop GLD. Link down below in the description. Get like me. Get dripped out for the spring, for the summer. Rock your favorite sports teams. Let everybody know what it is. Also, check out some of the other products that we got. Take you to the yacht. Shop GLD.
Hop out in Miami when I'm landing, I no understand how to hear I'm burning or turn me on, you can't understand it. In the club, posted up, they lit up no matter where I'm standing. Drop GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no one zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good friend, go where you're not.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining me, my favorite co-host, your favorite co-host, my favorite analyst, your favorite analyst, my favorite graphic designer, your favorite graphic designer, the man, not a myth, because I've seen him in real life, the legend. Drop the mic, FF.
What's up?
What's up? Hey,
What's up?
You know what we gotta do? We gotta do. This is my first shot with you in the new studio here at Rumboyz headquarters. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboys and girls want to do. Dilly dilly. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Share the fucking content on all your social media. Woo! The Wimbo boy.
I knew that's where you were going.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Whee! All right, I'm ready.
Hold on.
Let's fucking do this.
I got my ears are bleeding. Hold on.
Fuck you. Okay. Fuck you and the Kansas City Chiefs. How about that? Let's start off today's fucking show. Why don't we? I can't believe that I just missed that. Good thing that no one saw that happen. Let's start today's show. 15 million going to Cooper Kupp within the last hour-ish or so, 2 hours, give or take.
Two.
Going to the Seattle Seahawks. I have some stats to share, but before I get into all the nerdy shit, your thoughts on this sign.
Get into the nerdy stuff now, so then I can go after the nerdy stuff.
You want me to get into the stats now?
Yes.
So I personally feel Cooper Kupp still has something in the tank. any team is fortunate to be able to get Cooper Kupp. Before Cooper Kupp signing, right before we got on air, we were going to be discussing why the hell a team like Dallas or a team like Tennessee doesn't just go out there and give him somewhere in the neighborhood of about $12 million. Okay? When I look a little bit deeper, and I dig a little bit deeper, Cooper Kupp's rank in ability to get open. In 2021, he was 15th out of 160 receivers, active receivers that played that year. 2022, 71 of 150. 2023, 102 of 153. 2024, 141 of 159. Obviously, injuries played a part in this. Okay?
Yes.
So I don't want to look too much into it. This is a guy, to me, in my opinion, that if you get him for at least anywhere between the neighborhood of 8 to 13 games, 100% fucking worth the $15 million that Seattle just gave him. Your thoughts on that perspective? And we also have a.
Oh, what?
Duh.
Oh Lord.
Duh.
Damn
Duh.
it, Matt.
Don't lie. As he yells false start. We did run a little bit late. Dilly, cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz girls want to do. Mike, take it away.
All right, so $15 million, I'm perfectly fine with that, no matter who was going to pay him that.
What up, Drew?
I know you were saying about Dallas or whatever. I'm going to take this in three different directions. I'm not going to take this in three different directions, but I have three different points to take. I got not in an argument, but I got into a discussion at a guy at work the other day who's a Rams fan. And, oh my God, we can't get, we got rid of him, blah, 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 blah. My point with them letting him go is this. And you might completely disagree with me because you played the position. If you were to start a team right now, let's be real. Puka was not a top prospect. I mean, I looked today, someone in one of my dynasty leagues drafted him in the 5th round of a rookie draft. They found a diamond in the rough. No problem with that. It happens. But if you were to start a team, an NFL team, not a fantasy team, if you were to start an NFL team from scratch right now, I don't think you would want, even if it was last year, you wouldn't want both of them on the team because they play, to me, to start a team, they play too similar of a role. It happened that you were able to get the guy, Kupp got injured, he became Puka, so forth and so on and so forth. My biggest thing with Kupp is I thought he was going to go to either Jacksonville because of Cohen, Duval,
I thought that
being his OC, and the guy who looks like he could get freaking carded for bubblegum being his new general manager was the director of scouting for the Rams. But I've also told you on camera that I told you this on camera and I've told you this off camera, that I thought the perfect spot for him to go if he wasn't 100% about winning a chip, which I don't think Seattle is, but I'll get to that in a sec, was to go to New England because of Drake May. They needed it. They could have used a guy and all that. But Leafs, this is exactly why this is exactly my point. He grew up 2 hours away from Seattle. He went to Eastern Washington. That's why getting $15 million for him to go there is perfect for him. If he's not going to go to a competitor, a place like Seattle, Patriots or Jacksonville, this is a perfect spot for him. It's also a divisional rival, so he gets to play the Rams twice a year. He has Sam Darnold, not saying great quarterback, but he has Sam Darnold, competent quarterback. Yeah. So he has
the fact that we can call Sam Darnold competent is wow. I needed
what 2 years ago.
Hey, I needed to wait for that.
2 years ago, I was running around my dining room table. Remember that?
Yeah, I know. For
Do I need to do it again?
Please don't. For the sake of God, please don't. My brother in Christ, please don't.
Hey, if he does good the first couple of games of Cooper Cup, you're going to get it. Okay? This is a perfect spot with the homecoming and all that. I still, in my honest heart, think he should be a Patriot because I think that would be perfect for Vrabel, perfect for that wide receiver room. But good for him. He got his $15 million. MVS, BS, Jake Bobo. Yeah. Even though I like Bobo because Bobo was a UCLA Bruin, not a wide receiver stud. So I'm okay with this. And he's
Bears going to win the Super Bowl with only offensive lineman moves, no Caleb or receivers, just whole linemen. We'll talk about we'll talk about that a little bit later. And Matt, don't worry, I will be talking about Larry Tunsil. I'm being sarcastic. I know. One thing that I do want to bring up is the fantasy football perspective.
Yeah.
I don't like how this affects JSN. I thought that this was going to now make it the JSN breakout year. I do think that this affects JSN a little bit. Prior to about 2 hours ago, we were valuing JSN as probably a fifth round evaluation. Now, I think that maybe falls by about 2 rounds, give or take, maybe a round. That's not a huge cliff. I maybe would even still be willing to take a shot in the fourth or fifth if JSN is still there, because I still think that he is going to be effective. But with Cooper Kupp out there on that field, this is a man that is a Triple Crown receiver. This is a Triple Crown winner. That becomes scary hours really quick, and especially with what Sam Darnold did with Justin Jefferson, I think that gave Sam Darnold a confidence boost. No one on Seattle is nowhere near what Jettis is and was for Sam Darnold. But to put it in perspective, I mean, my gosh, this is going to be BOB, bombs over bad. All right? Sam Darnold is going to drop back, and he is going to have a rocket launcher attached to his freaking shoulder, and he's going to sling the fucking rock all over the place.
I think you're wrong.
I don't think – no. I
know you're wrong. And here's why I say you're wrong. Because one of the reasons that Geno wanted out, one of the reasons DK wanted out, Lockett got taken out because of contract, is Mike McDonald, the coach. They said, and they fired their OC after 1 year because they threw the ball too often. Kupp's going to get the ball, but I don't think they're not going to throw the ball around enough to have him be
You bring in Sam Darnold for that reason. Have you looked at Sam Darnold's deep ball accuracy? It's fucking insane.
You're talking shit about Sam Darnold for the last 3 years, all of a sudden you're glazing him.
Film can change things. Film is allowed to change things.
I agree, but now all of a sudden you're glazing him?
I'm not glazing. This is not glazing to me in my eyes. Like this isn't. This isn't. I'm speaking actual factual. Glazing would be what I'm probably going to do for the Raiders segment later on.
What?
I got some shit to say.
On which part? We already talked about the Raiders last week.
Don't worry. I got some shit to get off my chest. Don't worry, we will get there. I'm going to make sure that the booze are nice and flowing when I get into that point. I do want to move forward, kind of keeping it in Seattle, but segueing from talking about an addition that just happened to a subtraction that also took place.
I was like, where are you going with this?
And we could actually couple in 2 players in this take, but I want to just jump coast first. And I do want to talk about the Crash Out Kids. I do want to talk about DK, and now he has little Diddy Kong, little NFL young boy on the same team as him. Though they don't have a quarterback yet, but
they will.
This is going to be the most insane locker room ever. DK, George Pickens, Mike Tomlin as coach. Mike.
Personally, I still think there's a slight chance that one of those two, and obviously we know which one, because DK got 5 years for $150 million. I still think there's an outside chance that one of those is not on the team starting on September. I still think there's a chance that Pickens is not there. I don't feel as negative about this as some people do. I think this is good for whoever the quarterback is. I personally think that there is. Let's go to DK and the contract real quick. I don't think DK would have signed a 5-year deal there without having some reassurance of something at quarterback. And what I mean by, I personally think that it's Russ. I think Russ comes back, which we'll get to another quarterback that was in Pitt in a little bit, cover boy guy. But I think Russ comes back, and if Russ doesn't, I think DK is smart enough not to sign that deal without some kind of reassurance that there is something going to happen at QB no matter what it is. So on that front, with him and freaking
Aaron Rodgers getting young and been crashed out on Iowa.
Oh no! I heard today that it's heating up to be Favre 2.0. I heard that today, so we'll get to that later. But tell me I'm wrong. If it's heating up,
no, go ahead. No. We're not going to get into it yet, but that is going to be a segment.
Yeah, well, yeah. But with Pickens, I think this is the year bringing DK in. If he is on the team in September, this is the Pittsburgh Steeler make or break year for him. They're either going to get rid of him after this year or he's going to turn it around. And if Antonio Brown and Plaxico Burress and who's the other one I'm thinking of? Antonio Bryant. And Antonio Bryant and I know I'm missing another one. Martavius Bryant have anything to do with it? He's not going to be on the Steelers next year.
Mike Wallace was there. Money Mike was there.
That's the one I'm thinking of. That's the one.
When they had all right, really quick, little trip down memory lane. When they had AB, Martavius Bryant, and Mike Wallace, that fucking offense was scary. AB was Spartan kicking punters back then.
Well,
I'd rather
be Spartan. Hey, I'd rather my wide receiver Spartan kicking punters than running off the field with no shirt on.
This is true. Your best ability is your best ability is your availability, for damn sure. Dude, honestly, I'm excited to see what Pittsburgh does with this. They don't have a quarterback. I'm interested to see how the fuck that's going to end up. I honestly thought that I was going to be beginning this show tonight with the whole Rodgers being there thing, but in typical Aaron fashion, he's so self-centered and he's such a fucking prick that he has to make sure that he's going to pick a day where the news is dead, and then he's going to be like, okay, now this is the team that I'm going to sign for, and he's going to try and make that day all about him. And then that team is going to fucking crash and burn, but nonetheless, I love DK and George Pickens on the same team. I'm excited for deep routes that are just going to be overshot and then them fighting fucking safeties downfield.
Yeah.
Or I'm excited for balls that even just hit them in the hand, pause, and then them drop it, and then them act like it was the fucking quarterback's fault when there was a perfect pass, and then them crashing on the sideline. The amount of helmets in Surface Pros that the Pittsburgh Steelers are about to go through this year, just because of those two, because of them throwing temper tantrums, it's going to be must-see TV, and I'm all in for it. CTESPN is right. Don't you have a wide receiver in legal trouble? Don't talk about CTESPN.
Not in legal trouble anymore.
Oh my gosh. Roger's version of the decision on the Pat McAfee show. It's exactly going to be that. It's literally. It's exactly going to be that.
Yeah, it will. It will be.
In Roger's mind, he thinks he's LeBron. He thinks he has that type of media pull. Like he in his mind, he thinks that he's box office.
No, in Roger's mind, he thinks he's Brady.
Yes, and it's fucking mind-boggling. Like I can't.
He thinks he's. He thinks he's the GOAT.
Let's talk about it right now. Let's talk about it right now. Rodgers is reportedly debating between the other New York team, the football Giants, and Pittsburgh. My personal sources, were telling me that Pittsburgh a couple of days ago was all but a done deal, and then he started doing the whole flip-flop because news fucking broke out that talks were getting real intense with Pittsburgh. I don't like personally that he does this.
He wants to be the one to break the news. That's the problem. He wants to be the one to break the news. And I understand that to a point, but don't make that be the reason you don't sign somewhere.
He is hurting whatever team. I feel like Rodgers in his mind already knows where he wants to go. He's just waiting for like the perfect news day to try and break the internet. Or
let me ask you this. I know he doesn't need it. Hold on. I know he doesn't need it, but let me ask you a question and then you go ahead. I know he doesn't need it, but is he also playing mind games to see which team of those 2 or 3 that we're talking about goes, here's an extra couple mil. Here's an extra couple of this. Here's a little bit of sugar.
I don't think that it's about the money. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep it real.
It's the ego. It's about the ego.
I think it is. I think that's 100% the fucking ego. And I'm sorry, but you're hurting whatever team that you already have locked into your mind while you just wait for your fucking news day, and while you have whatever team hanging on the line, hinging on.
Oh yeah,
you're hurting that team because those are days that you could be in the building. Those are days that you could be building bonds. Those are days that you could be holding practices. And I get that he's not that type of quarterback, really.
Not anymore.
Unless it's one of his guys that he likes, Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard. I'm honestly done with Aaron Rodgers.
I think we all are.
Is he going to get a bust in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Sure. Is it going to be one of those when I go to Canton this year in August that I'm like excited to see? Well, not this year because he's not going to have it this year, but like when I go in the future and I see it, is it one of those ones like I need to get a selfie next to this one? Fuck no. I have more negative to say about Rodgers that have nothing to do with football, and it affects his football prowess. It affects how I view him as an athlete. It's at that point with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, Steelers, Giants, whoever ends up with him, I apologize in advance for what fucking headache that you're going to get. And I apologize in advance for the fact that he couldn't be a leader enough to get in the room early to actually do something for your team.
Do you think Russ goes to the other team?
I don't like that Russ is being put on the back corner as if Russ can't ball. As if Russ didn't ball last year. Russ still balled.
Okay, let me ask you this. Yeah, go ahead. About Pitt.
If I'm Pittsburgh, if I'm Pittsburgh, why play this game with A.A. Ron?
Yeah, exactly.
I have a guy that can be in the building already. And I have a guy that even though he's corny, he could go make bonds with these guys. He already knows DK. DK may not like it.
But let me ask you this. Try to, because I know sometimes it's hard, and I'm not blaming you for it. Take your outside football animosity take your animosity of Rodgers out. Pure football, take the corny and take the animosity both out. At this point of their careers, for 2 years, which quarterback do you want?
Give me Russell at this point.
Okay.
At this point, give me Russell. If I'm Pittsburgh, I'll play the bridge quarterback situation to not.
I think either way, it's a bridge to a certain degree.
Yeah,
but the problem is,
it's a bridge, but
it's a bridge. But the problem, but I think what you're saying is the problem with the bridge quarterback with Russ is you can bring in someone like a Dart or whatever you want to do and have them teach. With Rodgers, you have to keep that new quarterback out of the building.
Yep, I don't get the leadership qualities with Rodgers that I do with Russ.
So you're not bringing in the rookie this year. If you bring in Rodgers, you're going to have to wait and not have the backup in place, where with Russ, you can have the future in place.
Exactly. Like, it's like I said, this is purely the way that I feel. It is what it is. It's not about necessarily what I'm going to get on the field. And like, honestly, I feel like I get more basura with Rodgers on the field. I really do feel like Rodgers is done. I really do feel like Rodgers is washed. Not saying that Russ is that much better, but at least he'll teach the next guy.
I think he's the better of the two evils.
Yes.
Okay, now let me ask you this. We're going to bring another quarterback into it because I know we have a little bit of time.
I would have loved Rodgers 5 years ago. We would have at least had a lucky chance to the Super Bowl. Continue, I'm sorry.
So you're already saying you'd rather have Russell. If you're Pitt, you would rather have Russell over Rodgers. Agree. What if I throw Kirk Cousins into that?
I'm gonna take Captain Kirk. The problem with Captain Kirk is that his agent is a finesser, and I don't know if I want to deal with that financial negotiation.
Okay.
Because I don't know what Kirk Cousins' agent says to teams, but he always gets the job done. Like, he always gets that man paid. I've never seen a man get paid for pure mediocrity in the manner that Kirk Cousins does. It's crazy. It's fucking insane. Like, you know for a fact that when you sign him, you're not going to get a Super Bowl. Like, probably maybe just a tip of the playoffs. Pause. But like,
what's the difference between him and Dak?
Dak gets paid because Jerry Jones is all about like his guys and yada yada yada, whatever the fuck. Yeah. Kirk Cousins gets paid because his agent is a finesser. His agent is purely a finesser, bro. That dude has to be like hitting the golf course with like billionaire owners and like digging up dirt on them. He's like, yo.
His agent is the exact opposite of Nico Harrison.
We're talking NFL free agency, and Nico just took a fucking random shot out of nowhere.
Well, I saw someone. I think it was Du Bois Kevin put on Twitter a little bit ago. What? I didn't know Seattle was being ran by Nico Harrison tonight.
Oh my gosh, that's fucked. Pitt needs a draft Dart. I've been hearing this take heat up a lot more. A lot more. Like, this take is getting traction to the point where it's like, I'm almost not taking it as a take it. I'm like, this is probably like news almost at this point. This is something to like really chatter about.
Did you hear the other one that I didn't appreciate? Another quarterback that I don't like coming to Pitt in like the third or fourth round.
Who?
I heard they could take Milroe to like learn behind Russ. If Russ was the QB.
If they have a Milroe Russ combo, that is scary hours. Because again, going back to like the leadership qualities and capabilities, I now know at that point that when Milroe gets inserted into the offense on some like type of like
Justin
Mahomes type shit where it's like, hey, like I got to sit behind, Alex Smith, and then I now I'm in and I can ball like type shit. Like I could see that. I could so fucking see that. I could so see that art.
For 5 seconds, let's assume that Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback in Pitt.
Then Milroe ain't getting no.
No. Hear me out. Isn't because me and you know some people, and yes, I'm talking about the guy that lives in Long Island, knows the names of people, but doesn't know the personalities of quarterbacks like we know how yours is. We know how certain players are. Is it just me? And here it is. Dart has some swagger, and I agree with that. Doesn't Dart being drafted to Pittsburgh behind Aaron Rodgers give you Aaron Rodgers drafted behind Brett Favre vibes?
A little.
Because the moxie and the not wanting, the not wanting to like be the mentor to a guy that's somewhat similar and like the arrogance factor.
The similar prototype, the similar archetype, but you know that the young kid's going to be a fly on the wall and still going to be watching and paying attention, be like, I'm going to take your job. I'm going to take your job.
Yeah, exactly my point.
Like, yeah.
Lane Kiffin can be an idiot, but Lane Kiffin can be a dummy. But Lane Kiffin for a quarterback.
Lane Kiffin's a dummy that knows ball. Like Lane Kiffin's weird.
Yeah, but when it comes to ball and quarterbacks, Lane Kiffin is gonna bring them up.
Fucking Lane Kiffin and what's homie that's at Nebraska right now? Oh my god.
The quarterback or the coach? Matt Rule.
Coach. Matt Rule, yeah. Yo, Lane Kiffin and Matt Rule are the same fucking guy. Like join hands, shake hands, fellas. Like they're the same fucking guy. They're the same guy. Dummies. No ball. Great guys. No ball. Do dumb shit. Like, it's weird. It's weird. That's crazy, bro.
She's barely 18.
Yo, that's wild. Oh my god.
I can't comment on that.
No, I can't. Did you see that Bill Belichick asked UNC to CC his girlfriend and all?
I was literally going to bring that up after halftime.
We can talk about it now. What the fuck?
All right, so let me bring it in. Bill Belichick has asked all coaches to CC his girlfriend, 24-year-old, because she is helping run the social media for the football department of the North Carolina Tar Heels. So all coaches have to CC her now on all the emails. Robbie, what do you think about this absolute bullshit?
I have a ethical standpoint, like a professional standpoint, but then I also have kind of hey, what the fuck standpoint.
Okay, I think I know where your part of your argument is, but go ahead.
I understand the concept of your social media. Yeah, your social media manager should be in those emails. My professional standpoint is, motherfucker, that is your girlfriend. That is a conflict of fucking interest. That's where my professional standpoint is.
What you're saying is what I'm saying. Your social media director should not be your side piece. Shouldn't be your piece.
Exactly. No. And that's where I'm kind of
if you have her help out with ideas, that's one thing, but don't have her running the social media pages.
It's we both in our regular daytime, we work at major companies, at very big name companies.
Yes.
It would, in our business, it would be fraternization.
It would be frowned upon.
You know what I mean? It would be an HR concern. That's where I'm how? How is this allowed? How is everything from an ethical standpoint being tossed out?
Let me ask you this, and I'm going to bring a name up that our viewers will know, but might not understand that he's a part of the program. Is this Bill Belichick being Bill? Or is this Bill Belichick telling Michael Lombardi to turn his blind eye?
I think that this is Bill being Bill, and I think that Mike is honestly probably like completely okay with it as well. Like, let's remember, there was almost an opportunity for them before they reneged to be Hard Knocks, to be doing Hard Knocks, which I was honestly, genuinely, wholeheartedly, as just a football mind, looking forward to. You know, so it's I don't know. It's Bill being Bill. There's always a strategic reasoning behind everything. Bill was also a GM while he was at the Patriots. He ran that team. He did everything. Like, he did everything, basically. You know? So he knows how to run a business. He knows how to turn the Tar Heels into a fucking business. So
I agree with you on that.
Like, I mean, she's in the age demographic to probably be a fire social media coordinator. Like, I've been enjoying their posts. I've been enjoying the work. You know, so there's also that where it's like, yo, you're also like already the right fit for the job too. It's just like you're his girlfriend. That this can't be allowed. So yeah,
grandpa.
Yeah.
I mean, boyfriend. I mean, grandpa.
Holy
I mean, what?
Shit.
She's 24.
That's crazy. That's nasty work. That's nasty work. It's fucking nasty work, bro. That's crazy work. I do want to get back into free agency talk.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be me if I don't bring up the Commanders.
No, I thought you were saving this.
I thought I was gonna save it too, but Matt is in the chat like, let's talk the trenches. So we're gonna talk about the biggest move that happened in the trenches, and that is Laramie Tunsil going to the Commanders. I have heard every take possible, good and bad.
So give yours.
I was going to let you go first. You want me to go first?
It's your team. You let me do the same thing when it's my team.
Well, we are going to be highlighting your team a little bit later.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a great move. I feel like this is a very typical Adam Peters type of thing. Everyone likes to bring up, oh, well, like, let's remember, you know, he was the assistant GM. He was still doing a lot of the strategic work as an assistant GM with those San Fran teams. The guy knows what he's doing.
Oh, for sure.
All right. The picks, the compensations, I'm completely okay with. I'm hearing Washington fans go on their social media, and I'm seeing Washington fans on their social media talking about, we just mortgaged away 30 years of our future. This is a Dan Schneider type of move. This is something from that era. This is something that Bruce Allen would have done. Like, stop it. Stop it now. Magic Johnson wins championships. Everything Magic touches wins. AP is cooking. Let AP cook. Washington fans, you want to win a Super Bowl? You want to win a ring? This is how you do it. You plot, you plan, you meticulate. You get damn good players for just the right amount of dollar. You don't go when you don't go. Just because we had the 80 million in cap space, you don't just go and you go blow it all right away. No. We made it to the NFC Championship last year. We were ahead of schedule, boys. We keep what we can. We add the right pieces, the right fits. You just got one of the best offensive linemen in the entire league. All of you that were upset when we lost Trent Williams, yeah, you now got that replacement back. You got that back. Laramie, along with the other pieces on that offensive line already, are going to protect Jaden. Jaden's going to have a hell of a year. They're going to help keep Debo healthy. Debo, get your fucking ass in shape, which I know you will. This team is going to be crazy. Terry McLaurin, Zach Ertz coming back. This team is scary hours. I'm going to say it now. Mr. Hampton, would you like to be a Washington Commander? Jinty's going to be gone before he gets to us. Hampton will be there. Bring in Will Harris. Will Harris? Will Harris was one of the main highlights for that Saints defense last year. You need to look out. You need to be afraid. You need to be very, very afraid. Per odds checker I was looking the other day, plus 950. We moved the needle. We moved the needle on Super Bowl odds. Javon Kinlaw. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I like that move.
We went ham again. Wagner's coming back. And don't forget, Trey Hendrickson is still out there.
I think you try to go defense in the draft. Like
I think we do too.
I think you go defensive trenches in the draft, and that's why. But that's also why I was shaking my head. And I'm not saying that I love Omari, and don't get me wrong, but there's so many running backs. I don't think that's where you go. I think on this part, I think you don't go Omarian. I think you go defense trench, and then you come back with a running back later. Like somewhere 6 to 8. In the running back ranks. You know what I mean? I think you get another heavy hitter later. You could even get Caleb Johnson. You could end up with I know you wouldn't mind this.
This comment's crazy. This is crazy.
Okay, I'm going to say something about Houston in a sec when it comes to Tunsil. I know you would not be upset, and I'm still bringing up the running back situation. I know you well enough that you would not be upset with Cam Scatterboo.
Fuck no. Scat pack with us?
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I think you guys are not going to – I think you're going to get someone later.
The fuck out.
But I think you're going to get someone later, and to that point, if you guys get another running back, I want Brian Robinson in the 0 running back zone because I think he's actually going to still be okay, and he's going to be slept on.
B-Rob with that pack would just be thumping.
But let me get to Lermy Tunsil. I am not going to go all the way back to being the new replacement of Trent Williams, blah, blah. You're the Washington fan. I'll let you have that. There's another one. Dylan Sampson will work too. But I would even take Devin Neal to pair up with freaking B-Rob. Here's my point. I think the deal with Lermy Tunsil to the Commanders says a lot more about Houston than you guys, because they also traded away an O-line for who was it for? Was it Gardner Johnson?
Yeah, they got CJC.
So they got CJC, who's great, but they got it. They lost another guy. Even Tootin from Virginia. I'll give you another Virginia area dude. But I think this says more about
Javon is from Northeast DC, just saying, but go ahead.
Yeah. But I definitely think that Tunsil going away from Houston is more of a detriment on Houston than going to you guys. I do think you guys need a little bit of help in the trenches. I know you would not disagree with me on that. You could probably use. Yeah. I love the fact of bringing Wagner back. I'm not as anti a certain loss of your team that you are. I know you said, I'm glad you're off the Washington Commanders. I'm not going to do that to that
St.
boy.
Jude?
I'm not going to do it to him on air. I was shocked that
Los
you said
Angeles,
that.
have fun. Have fun. We needed St. Jude out so fast.
I was surprised you did that. However. Okay. However, yes, you guys were a year early. I said that from the jump. You agreed with it. Debo and McLaurin are the keys. So anything to protect Daniels from standing up and getting the ball to those two is what you need. I'll leave it at that.
Look, scary hours, bro. Scary hours. Like, and with the way that the Eagles like fucking fell apart, Dallas hasn't made any moves. That Giants defense is getting scary, but I mean the offense is still the offense. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm holding the jury out on the Giants until I see who their quarterback is.
Yeah. Like I don't really have anything to say about them yet, just because I want to see that situation under center, like see that fall through. But I mean, Dallas hasn't done shit. They're the fucking same team that they have been. Jerry's just hiring Jerry's boys. You know.
Yeah, they got Kyer Elam. They got Elam and they got Murray. Okay, they did something.
Dude, that was all. And Javonte Williams.
And Miles Sanders.
And then they signed both of them like they shitty as. I was like, Javonte could have gone anywhere else for like maybe at least a little bit more.
Basically, they traded. Basically, Dowdle and Sanders got traded.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that shit was bad. Like their free agency, god awful. If I'm Micah, I'm like, get me the fuck out of here, please.
Let's calm down on Micah. I'm gonna bring him up when I get part of the show in the end. I'm bringing up Micah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we will talk about that in the end. But yeah, like Washington improved.
Yeah.
And it is still improving. And it's like I'm excited. I'm excited. The Eagles fell apart though.
And they just got rid of that
situation.
We'll talk. We'll bring that up.
Okay. I do, before we get into halftime, I do want to talk about here on the first half. The Raiders.
What? I don't understand what you want to bring about the Raiders up. We've already talked about all their moves last week.
Geno wasn't signed last week.
Yeah, he was right before the show started.
Oh yeah. We did that. We did do that. Hear me out. With all of their moves that they did make, it's less about the Raiders and more so about the rest of the division.
Oh, come on. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I do love the Jeremy Chin move. I do love the Jeremy Chin move. I wish he could have stayed, but I also like the fact that we got Harris. Mike,
I'm about to defend other teams. I'm about to defend other teams. I already know where this is going.
How do you feel about your free agency? Because them getting Jeremy Chin, them grabbing Geno, like,
I knew we weren't going to do much in free agency. I think there's still a trade
market. They got the number 6.
Huh?
They got the number 6. They already got Bowers. They could grab Ginty at 6 and say, fuck everybody.
I think it's either them or Chicago. We brought in the guy from the lineman from San Francisco. We brought in Kareem Hunt again, Kareem Hunt. We brought in Elijah Mitchell. We didn't do much. I understand we didn't do much. But here's the other big thing that we did do. We just restructured Chris Jones. We just I don't care about who gives a shit.
A Raheem plus Jinty backfield would be nasty. Oh my god!
I still think we're bringing a running back in, and Hunt might not be on the team. We restructured Chris Jones and we restructured Pat, so I don't think. I'm going to go to the other two teams because the other two teams are the scary teams, and I'm about to give you something I don't do very often. I'm about to do something I don't do very often. Because it doesn't happen very often that Robbie is actually right on a free agent destination guess. And I'm giving you
Am I having Ingram take?
Let me give my take.
Yeah.
Okay. Robbie was right about Evan Ingram going to Denver. But it's a good move for them. But that's not what scares me about those guys. What scares me about Denver, even though they're not going to be great IDP moves, because I don't think they're going to be healthy the entire year, because they're getting a little older. One of the guys has a torn knee or had a torn knee, whatever. Dre Greenlaw and Hufanga, Little Palomalu.
My gosh!
Going to Denver and Hufanga being in the same backfield as Patrick PS3 scares the living PS2 scares the daylights out of me. Najee going to Najee, and yes, I said San Diego, and I don't give a shit. Najee going to San Diego. Mike Will coming back to San Diego. Khalil Mack being signed by San Diego. I think they made bigger strides so far than the Raiders.
Yeah, bro, the Broncos, scary hours. The Chargers, scary hours. Like,
Broncos are just missing. You know why you're one of the reasons I don't think you guys are going to get Omari and Hampton?
Why?
Because I think these guys could get Omari and Hampton.
Hey, I mean, we got a lot of draft coverage between now and then.
But I'm just saying, Denver. That is something that Denver's missing is that stud back.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, we could be looking at a KC third in division this year potentially. Look.
Hey, as long as we make the playoffs, I don't care what place it is.
We could be witnessing the fucking fall off.
Oh, shush. Not yet. It's freaking March. Don't do this yet.
I think that we're witnessing the fall off.
It's March. You said that 2 years ago. It's March.
Look.
We'll see.
Keeping it real. Put that shit on TikTok. The KC fall off is coming. It's here. It's real.
All right, let's go to halftime.
He said, all right, let's go to wide receivers 3 feet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. We are going to get into halftime. On the other side of the show, we got a lot more. We got a lot more NFL talk, a lot more sports talk. So make sure you guys tune in. For now, enjoy this interview with new commander Deebo Samuel.
Let's go. Alrighty. So once it hits one, got it. I feel like I'm actually not. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another 2019 NFL Players Association Rookie Premier interview. This time we're sitting with Deebo Samuel. It's Friday. We all got jobs. We got an interview to do. Deebo, just want to start this one off with congratulations, brother. Welcome to the NFL. Can you relive your draft day moment with us?
I can try to. Like I just said, that experience is like unbelievable. Like it's not a feeling you can explain.
Right.
It's really just a lot of joy and just knowing like the people that didn't help you like get to where you need to be was there, like around you. It was just a great moment.
You sit there, you sit back, like, Mom, we made it.
Mama was right here. Grandma was right here. My girl and my dad and my brothers and sisters and everybody else was like right behind us.
Nice. Hey, you said you were going to try, we call it for us. You did pretty good, man. That's photographic.
It was. So we got to ask, going to San Fran, we know Jimmy G had his little injury last year, but we think he's coming back bigger and better than he has been.
My experience these past couple of days is crazy. Like, the man really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah?
He's really nice.
Oh, so you already...
You got to met him? You got to talk to him?
Yeah, I met him, talked to him. We kind of like I think we kind of started the OTAs a little different than everybody else because we've been out there with the vets since Monday. Okay. So, like, we was running routes with the vets, catching the balls from all the other quarterbacks we got. So everybody was just really out there.
Nice. Now, this one, is going to be a little bit more of a hard hitter, but I definitely need your take on this. What separates you from the rest of the wide receivers? I mean, I studied the film, so I feel, in my opinion, I know. But what do you think if you self-assess yourself?
Me personally, I can play any position on the offensive side of the ball. Not only in my receiver, like I tied the SEC kick return record. So I really do. I really just do everything out there on the field.
We actually haven't talked to a guy. I mean, everybody has to be able to move around on the field, but we haven't talked to someone, with the special teams caliber like yourself. What is it like returning like a kick, and going the distance?
So, like, me personally, like I said earlier, like, my dad was my little league football coach. So what he instilled in my head, like, every time you get the ball, try to put the ball in the box, which is he's talking about the end zone. So that's kind of like been my mind.
You're a violent downhill runner, man. Like guys coming into you, they hit a wall, bro.
Nah, we let no one guy bring it down.
Yes, sir.
That's right. One more question before we go. Do you have any advice for the young wideouts out there, in terms of training, nutrition, so on and so forth?
Okay, so the nutrition part is humongous. Like, my first year and a half at college, I didn't know it was like that serious. So my first year, I pulled my left hamstring, came back early, and I pulled it again. Then the following year, I was still like eating whatever, and I pulled my other hamstring. So, like, after that, like, I started doing like yoga, like, for taking care of your body and like eating the right foods. And after that, like, year three of my career, I broke my ankle, which you can't do nothing about that. So it was just a part of the game. It's gonna happen. So the advice is just take advantage of like the opportunities that you have, and like make sure you stay on top of everything you need to do.
100%. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you keep care of your body so it can go a long way. As always, cheers to me, cheers to you, all the rum boys and girls. What it do? Instead of snatching chains, he's snatching TDs from you. We out of here.
Hop out in Miami when no land, ain't got no understanding. How the hell I'm burning, or turn me on, you can't understand it. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Drop GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no one zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good bring her when you're not.
Stick to the plot, hey, stick to the plot, hey, stick to the plot, hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and chase shit. Just stick to the plot, hey, stick to the plot, hey, stick to the plot, hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and chase shit. See, life's kinda funny, you stick to the roast to the riches and hope you don't crash like some dummy. To get to this money, you cut every piece of the pie to find out you sliced into an onion. Now let's change the subject. These niggas who think they got something, but actually they end up with nothing. It's getting disgusting. I'm tired of the fucking assumptions. I'm about to blow up like a Russian, so stick to the plan. When you lose it, gotta get it again. Keep it moving, never stick in the sand. Even with tired, like Michelin Man, shit, I know I'm the man, so I don't give a damn about opinions. I'm racking up millions, you stacking opinions. She throwing it back in the back of the venue. Now we taking off in her man and his feelings. Now back to the business, back to the lab with my niggas. Actually back doing laps in the trenches. It's my second home, I ain't have to go visit. I stay resident, embedded to live in the life of a nigga. By day we just niggas, at night we the victim. The life of go get 'em, so I'ma go get it. I stick to my plan and I stay on my mission to plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and chase shit. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and chase shit. So this is my message. Sometimes you just living in life, be an actor. Don't try to direct it. Now let's change directions. It's like that we live full of lessons. Don't count chickens, start counting blessings before they go missing. I promise you, I'm on a mission. I want something, I'ma go get it. No hidden intentions. I open my eyes, saw my vision. Now everyone see that I'm gifted. I'm rapping like Christmas. You niggas just under a tree. I'm smoking it, not metaphorically. I'm smoking no tree. No one's smoking on me. So when I say you're under it, no, that means me. I'm a poet MC and I'm living my dream. Hoping that hopefully you see the hope in me. And if you don't, fuck it, cause I'm all I need. Keep my ear to the game and my mind to the streets. I'm a beast. Stick to the plan. Stick to the #1 mission at hand. Stay true to yourself and give your life meaning. And fuck their opinions, they won't understand. To get to the top, gotta give all you got. Only getting one shot, so give up or not until your heart stops. Gotta stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and chase shit. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and chase shit. Just stick to the script.
All righty. As a great Commanders fan once said, that was a Matthew McConaughey reference for those that may not get it, that did not get it, because he's a Commanders fan. Hail. Just waiting on Mike. Oh, Mikey boy.
Yo,
like to be back. Yo, you good?
let's do it.
Like, are you like back?
Yeah, I'm turning it on in 1 sec.
Oh, all good.
I am back.
Like. I know we left off with the Chiefs earlier, but I just want to say congratulations on your new backup, though. Fake mustache sales are going to go up.
I am so happy about my backup quarterback. This is no joke. I am ecstatic about my backup quarterback. Better than the statue Carson Wentz. And guess what I am dressing up as for Halloween? And I already know it.
Garner, that's going to be fucking lit.
With jorts.
The fact that you haven't done Andy Reid yet is kind of weird.
I'm not fat enough.
You can use pillows. It's a costume.
You've seen me in person. Me as Gardner Minshew with jorts.
I don't have scars like on my cheeks, but like I did the Joker. Like I used makeup. Like I'm just saying.
I know.
Like the fact that Andy Reid had one episode randomly, you should just come on dressed as Andy Reid. Just randomly. Just super random. and then do the whole show as Andy, bro.
No.
I have some content ideas now that I have this space.
Robbie,
Bro.
all I would do was I would come in with the burger place menu or barbecue menu and just have it right here the entire time.
Bro, I am literally I'm going to be putting up a mini hoop over there, you know, for like mini basketball like and shit. Like I'm gonna be doing like I'm gonna start doing like giveaways and shit. We'll Cashapp giveaways. Fucking, I'm gonna have a putting green at my entrance, and I'm gonna start doing like little like putt challenges or like fucking like trick shots and shit. Like, you know, yeah, bro, it's about to get fucking lit in here. Like, I can't show it all right now, but like the amount of space that so much room for activity. Someone insert that meme. Yeah, like that's what this is right now. Like, this is about to become like the Rumboyz like fucking like playhouse, bro. Like Playboy Max type streams, like Kai type streams. Like I'm about to start fucking going ham. I'm about to. I'm letting you guys know. I'm looking you. There's a lot of shit you're gonna see. It's gonna make it a lot harder to smile in the future. The quote.
All right, what's next on the menu?
Next on the menu is you need to get ready for a shot first before we get into talking sports. Do you want to lead the cheers, my friend? You got this?
No.
No, you don't got it.
No, you got it.
As it focuses in, cheers to me, cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls want to do, dilly dilly. About to get lit, this bitch. I want to start us off with what in the hell is happening in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Can I take it?
Gladly.
So they signed. No, so they signed Tacos Boy, Danny Dimes Jones, and you're not gonna believe what I'm about to say. I love it.
I fucking love it, bro. I wish we were using Hard Knocks with the Colts right now. God, I would either want the Colts or either the Pittsburgh Steelers because they're crash out receivers. Part of me would want the Colts more because of this. You saw the report. We're gonna have an open quarterback competition, an open quarterback battle. Anthony Richardson, if you fuck around and you lose this job,
so
Daniel Jones.
So yes, that's the report that came out of the combine, and I get that. Here's my opinion on that. I don't think it's just GM
completion percentage. They both have the lowest completion percentage.
I don't think it's totally GM speak. Like, I don't think he's talking out of his ass completely. But I think what it is I think that he is still the starting quarterback. I still think there is a giant gap in the starting quarterback. However, I do think that he is the type of kid. Hear me out. Just hear me out. I do think, I'm not saying like giant gap. I just think there is a decent enough gap that Daniel Jones is still going to have to make up. But the problem is, I think this is a good thing for AR because I think that AR does need a little bit of look over my shoulder. Oh crap, there's someone in the rearview mirror. Let me step on the gas. I think that's what this is. And I think that's the other reason I think you couldn't do this with, say, a Carson Wentz. You couldn't do this with a not great. Daniel Jones could be a good backup in this league. I think there's a couple other ones. There's another guy that I want to bring up later. There's another quarterback that I thought it could have been that I will bring up later. But I do think this is a good thing for Daniel Jones, and I do think this is a good thing for AR.
I Okay, I understand your standpoint where you say like there's potential to where it could be good for AR because it's like, motherfucker, the internet's gonna eat you alive. I am going to go in if you at any given point during the course of the season lose your job to Daniel Jones. Mike, get the memes ready. Get the memes ready because it's going to happen. I'm actually going to say this. I'm going to go on record and I'm going to give you a prediction when we get to see Daniel Jones really steal Anthony Richardson's job.
Week what?
Week 7. Week 7, Anthony. I don't even know who the fuck the Colts are going to play yet.
Nope.
None of us do. But I'm just telling you right now, by week 7, by week 8, Daniel Jones is going to be quarterbacking for the Indianapolis Colts. We already saw Anthony Richardson quit on this team. They have done absolutely not a damn thing outside of the Daniel Jones move to improve this offense. It's still the same Indianapolis Colts. They didn't get better during free agency, ladies and gentlemen. Any bets that you may have had on the Colts, toss them out now. Some other major big podcast, some other major big publication may not like this take, may not like that I'm going on this rant, but you know what? I'm sorry. We keep it real over here. You did nothing. Did some defensive signings. Started to say this defense isn't the ones putting up the points on the scoreboard. The probability of your defense scoring is significantly lower than your offense, which is the purpose of it, to be able to go out there and go put up fucking points. And you don't have that thing right now.
Hey, they signed a backup to Jonathan Taylor. Leave them alone.
Khalil Herbert.
Yes.
Oh. It's a fucking consolation prize, participation trophy. Like, adding 3 good pieces means nothing. So Sartavius Ward, Cam Bynum, Neville Gilmore didn't mean nothing. Those were good. Bro, yes, cool. You improved the defense. Your defense is not scoring touchdowns. You need to improve the offense. You need to get better through the air. You know who did get better through the air? Fucking the Chargers got better through the air, bringing back Mike Williams. Raiders got better through the air. The Rams got better through the air. Like, other teams got better. Houston, we already discussed. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I feel like the Jags are building something or onto something in the Cohen era.
Mm-hmm.
What did you, outside of improving the defense, which you kind of really didn't have to do? Like, it was more imperative for you to focus on the offensive side of the ball.
I don't necessarily agree with you there, but I do understand your point that they haven't improved the offense at all.
Dude, don't worry. Drew Ogletree's projected as tight end 1 is good. Oh my gosh.
They could be drafting a tight end.
They could. They could, because they haven't had a decent one since fucking Dallas Clark.
Yeah, they could. They could be drafting one.
You know, but like I said, Indy offensive side of the ball, a fucking disappointment. Excited for your defense. Your defense ain't gonna. That's not exactly pick city. I mean, turnover for sure. Like, I mean, they're gonna force fumbles. They're gonna scoop. You know, any defense might be a valuable option in fantasy this year. Maybe not if the offense can't at least get them some fucking rest time. So, yeah. What else you want to bring up, bro?
So what is your okay? So you kind of brought it up in your take about Indianapolis and other teams improving their teams. A signing that happened on Sunday, 2 days after our show last week. Davante Adams to the Rams. What's your take?
For some reason, I feel like this is where you were going to go next. Where we were going to go next. I like it. I think that it's not the whole Jets experience. It's not the Raiders experience. You got fucking Matthew Stafford, bro. Matthew Stafford is still ball. This is the Rams being the Rams. You know, being the typical Rams. Yes, I do agree. Rams are Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah.
They are in that conversation in the NFC.
They're number one in that division right now by far.
Yeah, absolutely.
On paper,
absolutely.
obviously. Yeah.
On paper, just when we get down to like the nitty gritty, we actually have to fucking get out there and play ball, and we got to call games, you and I, and we really got to build rosters and make bets. I would probably let me check on the odds checker right now, because I could see myself throwing a unit on the Rams just for the fuck of it. Yeah, dude, it's I don't know. It's a very interesting signing, and I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I'm gonna check out the odds. How do you feel about it?
Oh, I like it, and to me, it's a complimentary. Like I said earlier in the original, one of the first takes of the show, I think for real football, I think this is a perfect complement to Puka, differently than Cooper Kupp. One thing that, even though sometimes Davante has a tendency to be gone for a couple of games because of not off the field gone, but just gone, like what there was, during the wide receiver show, there was a couple of plays, games in Vegas where he only had 2 targets a game, and like you said, that's not going to happen with Stafford. Even if it's a Kyron Williams game, which there will be games where it's a Kyron game, even though games that are Kyron games, that's not going to be the case. And the one thing that Davante has had a good thing going on compared to Cooper Kupp, even though we both like Cooper Kupp, is Davante has not had the injury issues that Cooper Kupp has. They are about the same age. I am perfectly fine. I love this move. Another move that I want to bring up with the Rams
are plus 2,200.
Oh, yeah, I think that's perfect. I would do that.
I would do that.
Another move that I think is great for this team that's overlooked because of, there's other people, like you brought up, the Kinlaw move and other moves like that. There's a couple of defensive players that I don't want to bring up yet, just because I want to bring them up later in the show. One is signed with Buffalo, so there's your hint, so you can bring that up later. A defensive lineman that signed up with Buffalo. Another defensive player that left that team and went to the Rams that I think is being overlooked, because you have Jared Verse on the offensive line, on the D line. You have Bryant, you have Young, and then you have what's the white boy? What was the white boy's name that was teammates with Verse?
Brady.
Puna Ford came over.
My God.
And I think that is an underlooked person signing, because I think that is a complementary piece that is going to be perfect for the Rams defense. And with the offensive moves that they've made, they don't need to go get a 5-star player on defensive line, because they're young. They needed a veteran that could help out. They needed a veteran that could help out Verse and Fisk and Spates and those guys.
Dude, like I said, it helps them. It helps them greatly. I'm honestly excited to witness this Rams team. If you're not taking a look at their futures, you really should. That's enticing money. You don't have to go for the Super Bowl odds that I dropped. I mean, but 1-800 Gambler if you have a problem, because I'm doing a gambling segment right now. But with that being said and with that being stated, I have no problem throwing a unit on that, or even just for them to make the playoffs, or whatever the case. You can even chop it down by category, whether if you don't want to go all in on the Super Bowl odds. But the Rams are scary hours, and I fuck with it honestly, like I do. The Devontae Adams signing. Hey, you gotta move your Taco Bell in your house, brother.
I mean, he is a Cali boy, and I mean,
it all just makes sense. It just feels right. It's kind of like, why didn't you do this sooner? Kind of vibe.
From wide receiver to another position. 2 years, $40 million contract. What do you think about the New York Jets signing Justin Fields? Because I have an opinion.
I fucking love it. I love it. The Jets might take off for once. Jets actually might take flight for once. This shit may not be a fucking shitty ass Boeing that's probably about to fall out of the goddamn sky. Like,
oh, come on. You don't need to go there right now.
I know that was a fucked up joke. That was dark. But hey, I'm enticed by this.
All right, so I'm going to ask you a couple.
It makes me Garrett Wilson fantasy.
Hold on, no. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and then I'll give my take. Number one, what does this do for Garrett Wilson's fantasy value?
I think that it keeps it about probably where it
about
was.
The same.
I think that it makes a lot of like, if I'm in a draft room, I know that Garrett Wilson's probably going to be a faller, just because it is Fields and it is the Jets, and a lot of people will be like, "Oh my gosh, like this isn't going to work. This isn't going to be a thing." I think this actually might work. I think this actually might be a thing.
And don't forget, they played with each other in college.
They did, and I'm gonna be honest, like, Fields' ability to be able to get out of the pocket behind that shitty offensive line, he's dealt with shitty offensive lines. I kind of like this. Like, I think that that the situation helps Justin.
Okay,
I think that as shitty as the situation is, I think that it helps Justin.
Okay, so me and you both play in pretty much every format that you can think of. We even play in formats where the league rules, the construction of the league roster changes every year, right? We're in that universe league where 1 year, I mean, we play in every kind of league. So my question is, if in Dynasty, not redraft, in Dynasty, are you if you have Garrett, I'm keeping him. If you don't have Garrett, are you buying him, or are you waiting to see what happens?
What's the offer look like?
Yeah, what would you give up for him?
Conditional person.
What would you give up for him?
Huh?
What would you give up for him?
A late second to a third.
Okay, and I don't think you're good. That's the problem. I think people are going to want more than that because of the name value. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I just think that's not going to work.
I don't think that name value gets to have the same pull as maybe some other players that we've already talked about.
Oh, I agree with you on that. I just think that's how some managers play. Another person, I think
that if you're utilizing with anyone in the Jets offense right now, if you're utilizing name value in a trade as your defense as to why someone should be valued more, I feel like it becomes a very stale argument.
No,
It's a
I
very
agree,
stale-
but I'm just saying there's people, even if they don't say it out loud, there's people that are going to hold a higher value because of it. So here's my other question. Justin Fields is a great runner. Like you said, he can definitely get out and cause some havoc with his feet. He can also take some touchdowns away
I would
because of
buy
his
Justin in Dynasty. I would buy Justin in Dynasty right now.
No, I agree. But what does this do to Brees? Because does this hurt Brees because of the running
No.
quarterback and him taking
And I was
away
gonna
a
bring that
few
up.
touches?
I was going to bring that up. I think that this makes Brees a little bit more valuable and a little bit more sneaky.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Because I think that now you get the dump off. You get that quick dump off. You're going to see a lot of Justin going this way, a lot of bootlegs, and then it's going to be like, oh shit, boom, toss a Brees. Like, I think that we get a lot of that now. Oh shit, Braylon in between the tackles. I think that Braylon's going to be a thumper, bro. I think that he's going to be trying to take heads off with Justin. And I think that Justin helps the backfield more so than what it affects the pass. I think that Justin may be a detriment to the passing game in fantasy. The Jets are still going to be the Jets. But there's going to be fantasy value that's going to be dirt fucking cheap.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah,
You brought it up. I mean, you're bringing it up. In Dynasty, because I'm actually considering this, because I think he could have a good year. In Dynasty, what would you buy Fields for in SF? To be your second QB or third?
In Dynasty, a fourth.
Okay.
Because it's the Jets and because it's just because I know that I can bring the value down. I know that I can finesse. And that's where if I'm thinking how you're thinking, I'm trying to finesse.
Yeah, but I think Fields could end up being a top 12 quarterback in Dynasty. Or not Dynasty, for this year because of his legs.
And that is but I know that the casual fantasy player isn't thinking like that. The casual dynasty player, a dynasty player is a step above a redraft player, but the casual dynasty player is not thinking like that. Me and you are probably going to be this will probably be the only TikTok, the only short that we're probably going to be the only ones to say this. We're probably the only ones on the internet right now that are sitting back looking at the Jets and looking at Justin Fields like, damn, there's fantasy value there. Damn, I could get away with some shit. We're the only ones licking our chops right now. Us in our chat.
I sent the Fields manager a message about an hour and a half ago.
You smart motherfucker. If I can pull off giving away a fourth, a late third, or a fourth for Fields, bet your ass. This is about finessing. This is about hustling. This is about winning championships. I don't have to be nice.
Okay, let's take a step away from the fantasy part of it, and then we're done with this after this because I'm giving my takes in between because me and you are bouncing off each other on this one.
Yep.
Take away the fantasy value. Take away the fantasy on this. What does this move say about what Aaron Glenn wants to do with this team?
I think that Aaron Glenn wants to be aggressive. I think that Aaron Glenn wants to work the middle, and he's about to use Braylon and Brees and Justin as kind of like this knockoff version of early Falcons, Vic, Dunn, Duckett. I think that we are looking at that.
But is he the?
If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go watch it.
Yeah. But being a defensive head coach or a defensive-minded coach, is this him trying to control the ball with the running game, and then he's going to try to thump you with the defense?
Yes, I think it's his approach. His philosophy is, I'm coming at you with razor blades and lemon juice. I am going to bruise you constantly. This is going to be a lot of, from the defense side, it's going to be a lot of splitting gaps and getting in between the tackles and getting up close and personal, to the quarterback in that manner. You're going to see a lot of on the offensive side where we are going to run at you with a three-headed monster from either one of our running backs or our quarterback. In the passing game, you're going to see a lot of, slant routes and a lot of, maybe even like jet sweeps utilized where it's like, I want to take your middle of the field out so that now I can begin to get vertical come fourth quarter-ish, late third quarter-ish, and then that's when I'm going to now utilize Justin to just fuck you up through the air with Garrett Wilson and whatever else they choose to bring in.
Yeah.
I think that this becomes a dangerous scheme, especially with Aaron Glenn, who got to be next to Ben Johnson, who is probably one of the greatest offensive minds currently in the NFL, probably the last 3 to 5 years. Yeah, it's going to be ass and titties fucking flying. Yeah. Straight up. I love that we have the Rumboyz Fantasy Network where we can say shit like this and put it in perspective for people. There is one that I do want to get into, and I kind of just tossed it in, when I broke that down. Did you have any more that you want to throw at me for that, or
not about the Jets? Keep cooking. I'll throw something else in later.
I want to talk about the Chicago Bears. It's becoming scary hours over there on O Block. Like, it's becoming fucking scary hours over in Chirac. Ben Johnson has completely said, I'm the captain now. I'm in control now. Does what he needs to do, rebuilds the offensive line in a manner that is almost like last year Commanders-ish of kind of what they did. While some people are sitting back being like, oh, these are patchwork signings on the offensive line, I'm looking at this offensive line and I'm saying those are bullies. I'm looking at the pieces that they already had acquired on the offense from, Ryan Poles last year. Poles still pulling strings. I think this is more Ben Johnson doing this work this year. Still scary. Still loving it. And I think that backfield can honestly maybe be something. Your thoughts on what the Bears are doing? Is this a team that can move out of the basement of the NFC North? I mean, the fucking Minnesota Vikings across the lake are running goddamn JJ, and we don't know what that's going to be.
We don't know we don't know yet. I'm not ruling out A-Rod yet. So we don't know. So I'm not even going to answer that question. I'm just going to answer what I think about this team. The Joe Tooney move, all the Dahlman signing from Atlanta. I think this, like you said, is Ben Johnson putting his hands on it, which is fine. The thing is, what this does to me is now you don't need to go get Will Campbell. You don't need to go get Banks. You can get Stewart from Texas A&M if he's there because you still need guys on that defensive side of the ball. However, Ashton Genty does not get past the Bears. If he does not go before him or someone tries to trade up to 9, he is not getting past the Bears at 10. I
don't think he gets past the Raiders.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not disagreeing with that. All I'm saying is if he does get past the Raiders or he does whatever,
then he's going to the Bears. Yeah, he's going to the Bears.
If the Raiders pass on him, you have to move up to 9 or 8 to get him because he's not getting past the Bears. And if he is gone, then you draft Stewart from Texas A&M and you call it a day. Overall, this team is doing it. I mean, I even saw something, and I told my coworker this, and he goes, oh, my God, that could happen. He's a Bears fan. Let's say Keenan Allen goes somewhere else. He doesn't re-sign with the Bears. Okay? That means their number 1 wide receiver is DJ Moore. That means their number 2 wide receiver is Rome. The one reason I will go back real quick. One reason that I think we could be wrong about Genty going to the Raiders is, to me, yes, they have Bowers, but I still think there's a chance that they take McMillan at 6 because they still need a
They
1.
do need.
So
Yeah.
that's why I think that could happen. But back to the Bears. You have Rome at your 2. Who's their WR3?
They could bring back Keenan.
But I'm saying, if they don't bring back Keenan, who's their WR3? You can't tell me, right? No, you can't tell me, right? You don't know.
It's one of the remaining receivers that we're going to talk about here in a moment.
What? Hey, what if I tell you it's the tight end from Penn State? And then they put Komet as the blocking tight end and do Gronkowski, Aaron Hernandez with Caleb Williams at quarterback.
Scary hours. It's scary hours. It's
with that offensive line, and then you put Komet in line, and you have Warren on the outside.
When we're talking Ben Johnson, like I already complimented this man. Pause. When we're talking Ben Johnson, you don't know what his next move is going to be. He's playing GM now. This is
point.
not Ryan Poles. So it's shit gets real methodical, real quick. When you think you know what he's going to do, he's going to pivot. So I'm not dissing that take at all. I'm with the shits, honestly. Tyler Warren.
I'm saying if Genty's gone, and you can go either way.
DeAndre Swift is completely competent as a running back. I don't know why every team is not like. I'm completely fine rostering Swift at my flex. This team might cook, Mike. How we were just talking about the Jets. And I still think the Jets still got some shit to figure out, but I think that the Jets will at least look better. The record may not look better, but the play may look better. I think that the record gets better with the Bears.
There may be some bold predictions later on this summer about this team, depending on what the rest happens in the draft.
I'm going to say it on record. As it stands right now, give me Bears number 2 in the division. Give me Bears as the 2 seed in the division.
I'll give you a bold take right now. They're number 1.
Ahead of Green Bay?
Ahead of Detroit. They could end up passing. Detroit lost all their coaching.
Detroit paid the playoff tax.
Yeah.
Detroit paid the playoff tax. Just like Philly paid the Super Bowl tax, just like KC paid the Super Bowl tax. Detroit paid the playoff tax.
And we don't know what's going to happen with that.
I think it's Green Bay number 1.
We'll see.
Gunther Kuntz he's consistent. He's just consistent. He's just even killed. He doesn't fold under pressure. LaFleur, even tilt, doesn't fold under pressure. Consistency wins. I think it's Green Bay at number 1. I think that we're looking at Chicago number 2, and we're looking at Detroit number 3. We don't know about Minnesota right now. I need to see McCarthy work out. At the very least, I need to see what happens when we start getting into camp.
Okay.
Tears are hard. I am dead. Yo, Brett. Bloody hell, mate. What team should we visit next? I feel like we should talk about Duval.
Nah, there's nothing really going on yet. I think we need to see what happens.
I think that Cohen is low key like.
There's they haven't made any signings. What we need to talk about, and I'm taking reins of this. There is something we need to talk about. We need to talk a little. No, we need to talk about a little bit of talking shit to each other on in the social medias.
What happened? Wait, which thing?
DeMarcus Lawrence signs and gets out of Dallas and then says, "Hey, I love Dallas. I got friends in Dallas. I live in Dallas. But I left because I knew I wasn't going to win a Super Bowl." And then, I don't remember what he said. Micah spouts back at freaking DeMarcus Lawrence. And Lawrence responds by, "We might have been better if you decided to not pay attention to social media and want to win games."
I was not prepared for this one to be brought up.
Micah
is fucking brainwashed. Let's just say that. Like, let's start by saying that Micah is brainwashed.
Is he Dak on the defense?
He is Dak on the defense. Dak, you could have gone and got more money elsewhere. Micah, you could have gone and got more money elsewhere. Why stay?
And now he's not going to be able to sign because Jerry's not going to be able to pay him what Garrett got paid and what Crosby got paid.
But Micah would be the type to still engage in the negotiation, to still engage in the "I will remain with Dallas irregardless," and that fucking bothers me.
You know why? Because he just
where I was advocating for other defensive players to be able to go and get opportunities. Max, Miles, talking about you guys. I can't do the same for Micah because Micah's so damn delusional to the point to where I think it's detrimental to himself.
But let me ask you this: is it because he's is he enamored with the star? And what the star brings
that's
you?
What happens. I think that's what Micah has CTE like BJ Penn. I'm dead. That BJ Penn video was fucking wild. Dude, I think that yes, there is a factor of like I guess what the star does to you. I don't think that Micah is looking at dollar signs as much. I think that he's chasing a false legacy that is not within arm's reach. This man sat on stage and he said if I'm not getting one by the time I'm 30, I'm leaving Dallas. The fact that you're willing to give it till you're 30 is fucking asinine. The fact that you can't see what's happening around you. Javonte Williams is leading your fucking running back room right now.
I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing yet.
That's a bad thing.
No, because what I'm saying is
from Rico.
No, but what I'm saying is it was a $3 million deal. It wasn't a bad signing. You also brought in Miles Sanders, and I believe that if they draft one of the studs,
you have not signed a free agent. Dallas has not signed a free agent above 8.5, I believe, since 2015.
Well, it's
since Greg Hardy.
Yeah. Let's not go there.
This is bad. Micah needs to get the fuck out. The fact that Micah even has the goal to defend Dallas is proof of his delusion. And I don't know, because of how much he loves Dallas, that I would want him on my team or on another team, or like if I'm management of another team. I don't know if that's what I'm doing, if that's what I'm committing to, if that's what I'm going to be giving. He's worth the Myles Garrett, Max Crosby type of money. He deserves that.
Does he?
I don't know.
I wonder if he's proven that he doesn't.
I feel like because with Mike, I can put a hand in the dirt, or I can have him stand. I could do a lot of different things as a coordinator with Michael Parsons. I don't think that it's worth the headache.
That's my point. That's why I'm
Abdul
saying
Carter, stay away from this stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, he can play.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I get options. The options aren't worth the headache.
Nope.
Moving on. Actually, I don't know where exactly we're going to move on to yet. I didn't plot that out. I know that we have to move on. You got something that you want to throw out?
Private chat.
All he's got to do is shut up and get paid. Is that yes, we need to talk about that. Is that really all that he has to do though? Like, I want to talk about I want to go over to the AFC. I want to stay on the defensive side of the ball because there's an IDP redraft grab that I'm heavily targeting, and that is Joey Bosa. Everyone thought this was going to be a him and Nick show in San Fran.
I do.
San Fran fell the fuck apart. San Fran's not doing shit anytime soon. San Fran's going to be dead last in that division. Anyways, Buffalo acquiring Bosa. They can still be able to grab Vaughn. Hamlin stays. Your thought?
Is this enough? Here's the thing. For Buffalo,
It's such a good sign.
For Buffalo, it's only one thing and one thing only. Take away the name of Bosa for a minute. For Buffalo, it's one thing and one thing only. Super Bowl or nada. And I agree with you that this is a good IDP move. I agree with you that this is good for Bosa in the sense of he doesn't have to be a 3-down back or a 3-down.
I'm drafting Bosa.
He doesn't have to be a 3-down every play. He's not going to be an every play guy, and I don't think he has to be. However, I still, because of the AFC being so deep, this still doesn't do enough. This still doesn't do enough for Buffalo to put them over the hump with everything that is going on in the AFC. The AFC is still too good.
Okay. Are you saying that because they are the biggest threat to you? Let's face it, them in Baltimore are your biggest threat.
No, because to me, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about Baltimore. You already know how I feel about Baltimore. I think Baltimore is the AFC leader in the clubhouse right now.
I think that this Bosa signing does do something. And I think that it does trigger Von Miller. Instead of having the reunion with Denver, it makes him be like, bitch, I can stay right here and I will get one. Like, I think that Bosa and Vaughn, that would be crazy.
That's if it happens. Just like we thought it was going to be him and Nick.
I think that we're at the point right now where we're looking at you guys getting blown the fuck off the map. That Bosa signing makes Buffalo that much more scary. They extend Shakir.
I'm not sold.
We don't know what they're going to do in the draft yet.
I'm still not sold on Shakir.
Rasu is better, but
yep, I agree.
I was hoping that he was going to stay. He was, it's a tough one. Didn't Rousseau return?
Yeah, no, Rousseau signed. He's just saying that Rousseau on that defense is better than both.
Yeah. Like it's definitely gonna be fucking interesting. Like I think that Buffalo has a serious shot. I do want to talk about a team that's on the clock right now.
Let's do that, and then we can.
What the fuck? Well, we'll do that, and then we'll talk DeAndre Hopkins, and then we'll close. What the fuck is Tennessee doing? Tennessee is moving backwards. They are no longer having Westbrook Keene, who was their touchdown machine, who helped people win fantasy games. What's happening, bro? Like, Shador or Cam possibly landing there scares the living shit out of me with no one to throw to now that probably the most consistent pass catcher is gone. And then Landry's.
Let's be real here. I think Cam Ward is the pick. I don't think it should be the pick, but Cam Ward is going to be the pick at number 1. Let's get to the bigger picture, because I did not think, like you thought, we weren't going to be talking about Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence. I did not think I was going to be talking about this tonight. And here's why. Not that I didn't think I was going to be talking about the Tennessee Titans. You are absolutely wrong if you think that Westbrook Akeen is the biggest needle mover for this team, and if you thought he was going to be the needle mover in 2026.
I didn't say that it was a needle mover. I said that it does it moves them back further behind the 8 ball.
Oh, I didn't think he was coming back. I didn't think he was coming back. Calvin Ridley's their number 1 WR.
And when's the last time that Ridley paid you out on a bet?
No, I agree with you, but I'm saying, in their opinion, Ridley is their WR1, not Akeen.
Your opinion is wrong.
Their opinion, not my opinion.
Their opinion is wrong.
They think that he's their number 1. They're going to end up getting another wide receiver. Who knows who it's going to be? Who knows if it's going to be in free agency? Who knows if it's going to be in the draft? Who knows? They're going to get another wideout. But Cam is going to be the pick. They are going to struggle this year. No one thinks that they're going to end up winning, again.
You know how some organizations chase their legacy years? I feel like Tennessee's not even trying. You remember how happy Browns fans were when they got the Browns back?
Yeah.
Tennessee needs to move.
Tennessee's not moving because you know why? This is why the one reason I think they stink. I think they're gonna make I think they're building something. Not great, but hear me out, and Toby and Z will agree, and so will Leafs. They are waiting, and when they're gonna probably be another top 5 pick next year, and then they're gonna save money because in 2 years they get a brand new stadium in Nashville, and then that's when they're gonna try to make the big move. They're waiting for the stadium.
They need to do something. This is god awful. I apologize to my groomsman is a fucking Titans fan, and I apologize to this man every day for how fucking bad his team sucks. The Vols are the only thing that are popping in the fucking state of Tennessee. The Vols and Morgan Wallen. That's it.
Well,
I
there's
feel
only
bad
one
for
other pro
Tennessee.
team in the state, so yeah.
I feel bad for Tennessee. It's
I mean,
dog water. And all I can say is sorry. How do you feel about D-Hop signing with the Ravens?
I'm neutral, honestly. Every single time this happens, it doesn't really matter.
Tennessee and Baltimore is where the wash go, I'm afraid. I low-key kind of like it just because you're gonna get some young corner on the opposing side of the ball that's gonna be like, oh shit, I have to cover D-Hop today. They're gonna overcompensate. And either A, it's gonna result in D-Hop going the fuck ham, or either B, it's gonna result in Zay Flowers getting more opportunities and being open.
Mhm.
So I kind of do like it. I don't think that it's a needle mover necessarily for this offense. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. Baltimore really needs to figure out a way to get over the hump. They're the ones that I honestly am more concerned about getting over the hump. Whereas with the whole Joey Bosa signing with Buffalo, I feel like that was one that kind of like put them over the hump. Yeah, Baltimore is where vet wide receivers go to perish. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm not taking sunflower seeds off the parlay ban list. I wouldn't either. I need to see. I need to see them do something. I'm sorry, but coming up short against you guys in the playoffs, like when Buffalo coming up short against you guys, like I'm worried about Lamar. Imawari and Hamilton would be fucking sick.
God damn, yeah.
Any closing sentiments, closing arguments that you want to bring up?
Nope. Selection
no final
Sunday.
teams that you want to.
Selection Sunday's coming up. Let's go.
I know Tar Heels we can maybe squeeze in, but we're probably not. We will have the bracket tournament challenge out in the Discord, so make sure you guys do follow us on Discord. Make sure that you are in the Discord. The Discord's honestly probably about to get like super fucking active, in all honesty. Yes, my Paisan Vittori is fighting in the Apex. You know, I'm always going to cheer for Vittori, even though he has a tendency to fucking lose. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be you know gonna be cheering for Vittori. We need more Italian fighters. Damn it, we need more Italian fighters. We need more. How come no one from the DR? How come no one from the fucking Dominican Republic is standing up in the UFC? Like, this is bullshit.
Why don't you
All my cultures are not.
Why don't you go out and fight at 115?
I like being an analyst.
You want 125? Sorry, yeah, 125.
I could probably go out there and fight at 115. Right. Where does Jameis play? I'm thinking that New York could be a serious fucking possibility.
I think it could be Cleveland. I don't think
Cleveland again would be nasty work after fucking Kenny Pickett. The fact that like Cleveland was like, oh, he has a little bit of Super Bowl rust on him. Let's go get Kenny Pickett is nasty, nefarious work.
And to trade DTR away for it is hilarious too.
Gosh, it's fucking hilarious. Like, DTR is probably so happy Kenny Pickett's like, I maybe have a shot. Because Watson just fell off a fucking cliff in his ass. Like, oh, Mekhi Becton going to the Chargers? All right. Yeah, Pittsburgh is so fun for fucking fantasy purposes. We did bring that up. We did mention that. Definitely go back and check out that piece. Feel free to clip up some of your favorite parts of tonight's show. Send them over to us because like the social media has been booming. It's been booming. So we definitely appreciate it. Leafs, I appreciate everything that you do with chopping up clips. I'm excited to see clips from tonight's show. because we talked some shit and we put some shit out there tonight. We put it all on the line. So excited, super excited. Make sure you guys check out oddschecker.com for all of your betting needs and necessities. All right. If you have not checked out oddschecker.com or even honestly Oddschecker Plus, and you check out some of our AI tools that you can utilize, I am definitely heavily advocating for that. Especially while you're getting ready to bet baseball, while you're betting NBA, while you're betting puck, while you're getting ready to bet March Madness. Oddschecker is a tool that you definitely want to have on your side while we're in this lull during the NFL season. Be sure to check them out also for your futures, all right, for your NFL futures. A lot of action happening over at oddschecker.com for your NFL futures. Big shout out to ShopGLD, shopgld.com. Get like me, ice yourself out, all right? Get them diamonds around your neck. Other than that, give myself a follow. Give Mike a follow. Check us out. Show us love. Over under Danny Dimes starting game 6.5. I think it's going to be over because I said he's going to be starting by week 7, by week 8, earlier in the show. So, yeah. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. Mike, you have anything else?
Rumboyz, boys and girls, what it do? Dilly, y'all.
Dilly. We love and appreciate you. We're going to catch you guys next Friday. Actually, I'll probably be live with you guys throughout the week. We'll see. We outie.